Ladies and gentlemen, with the whole situation going on in the Middle East, I want to go ahead and react to some of the comment that's been flooding my ex lately. So you have you have multiple different reaction to this whole thing. Clearly, the majority of Americans are happy about the fact that the state of Israel is being attacked, you know, by Iran. All right. And so, with that being said, you have a lot of people on X who have different opinion. Now, Patrick Bet David, this guy is somebody who obviously doesn't have a spine. All right, there's so many videos out there where he's contradicting himself just to stay on the positive end of the the whole conflict that's going on in the Middle East right now. He has sponsorships. That's one thing you need to understand is that these so-called, you know, political commentators, a lot of them have sponsorships. They want to keep these sponsorships. In order for them to do that, they have to make sure that they are leaning on the right side of the people who are sponsoring them. And that right there seems to be the biggest problem that we have here in America. Why? Because you don't get their genuine opinion about stuff. They don't really tell you what they believe, even though they can see with their eyes what's really going on. And Patrick Bet David is that one person that I would tell you that this dude is a straight up shell. He doesn't have a spine. Okay. He is somebody that will literally, cock hold for Israel. Why? Because he needs those money to keep flooding in. I mean, for crying out sake, this man literally started his company based off of a pyramid scheme. What more is there to tell you? If he is willing to go so low that he will scam people to build his empire, what makes you think that he is going to start a commentary about politics and geopolitics and actually give you what you need to know and what's really going on? Israel attacked Iran, and Iran decided to say, "Hey, you're not going to attack us, and we're just going to sit back and say nothing." We all know that, right? But look at this. America stand with with the greatest ally in the Middle East. America stand with Israel. America stand with Israel. America stand. America stand. America stand. But wait a minute. I thought Israel was defending themselves. So why are they sending rockets thousands of miles away from them? That doesn't make any sense. Oh, they say it's about nuclear weapons of mass destruction. Huh. Funny thing is, because Netanyahu has been saying that for since the 90s, that Iran is months away from creating a nuclear weapon. Weeks away. Years away. He has come up with every reason to try to get America involved in the war when it comes to Iran. And now, he finally decided to pull the trigger. It's not about nuclear bomb, ladies and gentlemen. It's not. Because if it was, you would see all the signs. If it was, the first day Netanyahu said Iran is weeks away from nuclear bomb, that day they would have attacked. But it's been decades. And now finally, now that all the proxies of Iran have finally been toppled, Syria, Yemen, Afghanistan, all these areas, now that all these places have been toppled and Iran is weaker than ever, now the talk of Iran creating a nuclear weapon is talked about. It's not about the nuke. It's about the fact that Israel wants to dominate the whole entire region. It's so obvious that somebody like me, who is a layman, who doesn't really know much about geopolitics, is able to see and say, this is what it's always about. But you got people like this guy, Patrick Bet David, and you got people like all these bot people over here talking about we stand with Israel. And then they're the same people that's going to turn around and say Israel's defending itself. The people who are defending themselves don't send rocket to other people's country unprovoked. They don't do that. Anyway, let's go ahead and listen to this Patrick Bet David video real quick and see exactly what he had to say about this whole situation. Blame Israel all you want, But the reality is, Iran has always been a root cause of the chaos in the Middle East, not Israel. I mean, how much more do I need to say?
As a
Hmm? I'm telling you, like this guy doesn't have any spine. He doesn't. Anyways, let's go ahead and listen to what he had to say and then see if I have anything else to say about it.
person that was born in Iran, yes, I can't stand this regime. Yes, they've called the only thing that's been persistent and consistent is the following. When the Shah was in Iran, did Israel already exist?
Yes.
Yes or no? Was Israel causing chaos? Was there war in the Middle East? Let me say this one more time.
See, this is also one of the things that I freaking hate about his podcast. When he starts talking about situations like this, he has a bunch of yes men around him that will not clap back. They're all just gonna nod to everything that he says as if he is spitting bars.
When Iran was ran by the Shah, what year was the Shah of Iran? What years did he run Iran?
53 through 79. I think.
Okay, 53 is the oil consortium, so 54 is the oil consortium.
41
to 79.
Oh, wow.
Because he started at 21 years old, young man, right? 41 to 79. When did Israel become a nation?
48. Yeah.
Okay, so check this out. Why is it that between 48 to 79, while the Shah was the king of Iran, running Iran, why is it for 31 years there is no major war in the Middle East? Why is that? So to the people that want to say it's all Israel's fault, how come there wasn't that in Iran for 31 years? I'm curious. Answer that question for me. And why is it from 79, when the mullahs, the Hezbollahs, the IRGC, all these guys, the Khomeinis, all of them took over, why has there been chaos in the Middle East since 79? Whose fault is that? America's been consistent. Yes, I know America wanted the oil from Iran, and yes, I know UK wanted it, and MI6 and CIA and all this stuff. And yes, I also am aware that the Shah didn't trust Israel. The Shah didn't trust, what they were doing with media and finance and the ambition and the level and the control and the influence and all that stuff. He knew what was going on there. He wanted to compete with them. He didn't see himself as a victim. He's like, we're going to be doing the same thing. And they're like, wait a minute, this guy's too ambitious and he thinks he can go up against all of us. Let's take this guy out. We need chaos in the Middle East. Oh, shit. Even Israel being involved, let's just say for Iran and the Shah fallen, there is chaos now in the Middle East. On who, though? On who, though? Who did that? So, yeah, for me, the most consistent thing behind the chaos in the Middle East has been Iran. That's just the reality.
All right, let's go ahead and hit in the comment section and see exactly what some people have to say. Okay, let's zoom in so that way you guys can read this with me because I am really bad at reading. Yeah, this is bullshit, and you have zero idea what you're talking about. Stick to the scamming, not politic. All right. Israel never caused chaos. While the Shah rule in Iran, 1941 through 1979, line third, and then here's a little history lesson right here. 1948 to 49, War of Independence. Israel fight 5 Arab states, 750,000 Palestinians expelled. Wow. That was only in the span of 1 year. Isn't that? It's not. They call that the Nakba, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, like on the Israeli side, they will call. Not the Israeli, the Palestinian side, they will call it the Nakba. 1956, Suez Crisis. Israel invaded Egypt with UK and France. 67, Six-Day War. Israel attacked Egypt. Wow. 67 through 70, War of Attrition. Years of Egypt-Israel conflict. 73, Yom Kippur War, regional bloodbath. 78, Israel invade Lebanon. This isn't peace, it's power projection. Patrick, you're not just wrong. You're a mouthpiece for Zionist propaganda, a traitor to your own history, selling Israeli myth while pretending to care about Iran. Learn your fact or just admit who owns your mic. Effing shell. So yeah, bro, the she been dead. Just move on. One more reason to disagree. You see what I mean? Tell us again how your 9-year life as a kid in Iran has shaped your entire geopolitical understanding of. Yeah, I mean this is actually I agree with this right here. 9 years of being in a country you can't. You shouldn't even have any opinion on that country because I spent 10 years in Africa before I came to the United States. People ask me, how is Africa? I barely know shit about Africa. I have not been back since I left. I've been in the state for over 18 years now, and I have not been back to Africa. When people ask me, I barely tell them like, yeah, Africa is not as bad as you think it is because of what my memory serves me. And so Patrick Bet David, if this guy is right that he only spent 9 years in Iran before making his way to the States, I will tell you right now, anything he says about Iran is bullshit. If he says, yeah, I'm from Iran and when I was there, this is what I saw. Yes, that's what you saw. But how old are you now? And have you been back since? And even if the answer is yes, how long were you there for before you came back and then started having all these opinions about Iran? So clearly this guy is a mouthpiece for his donors. That's why I said don't listen to what these people have to say. The answer is as obvious as day. We can all see it for ourselves. That's why people are literally roasting him in his own comment section. Anyway, let me go ahead and read one more to y'all. Let me just pick a random one, okay? Just so it doesn't sound like I'm being biased or something. Blah, 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 whatever. Let's go right here. Okay, this guy just happened to have let's not pick him. Let's go here. Coming from an Iranian, this is next level disgrace. You didn't just leave the country, you left your spine behind too. Imagine watching your own homeland get sanctioned, sabotaged, and assassinated for decades, then siding with one dropping bomb and bragging about it. You're not enlightened. You're just the waste favorite Persian pirate. You get the whole idea. That's only one video that I've just shown you and one person talking about the whole conflict going on. There are thousands on X of people talking about the whole situation, the conflict going on. People are saying, oh, we stand with Israel. And you go read the comment and people are just saying, piss off. We don't like this state. We don't want anything to do with this state. I mean, it's incredible. It's incredible because even Donald Trump himself literally posted on his X page. He has like 35 million followers, by the way. And he did a post and he said, which country is like a problem, something along that line. And over 56% of his audience said others. And we all know which state they were trying to say when they said others. This is the state of America. The only people who are still speaking out, saying that they are in favor of Israel, are the people who are getting paid. Those of us who do not get a dime from the state of Israel, we don't speak in the sense that we're saying Israel should defend itself. Maybe you may have some people out there who don't know shit about the whole geopolitical situation. The only reason they'll probably say they stand with Israel is because they read the Schofield Bible where it says that those who bless Israel shall be blessed. Those are the only people who will turn around and say, I stand with Israel. Even though we understand that the Schofield Bible is a Bible that was edited to try to favor the Zionist state of Israel. Yes, I did look into the Schofield Bible. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, you get the whole idea now. I'm going to go ahead and leave it right there. If you made it this far, please don't forget to leave a like and sub.